Every fleet is seeking to mitigate the effect of high fuel prices. PHH Arval Chief Operating Officer Tom Keilty gives us his thoughts on this vexing problem.
The biggest thing is fuel. Fuel prices have increased 17% just in the first few months of this year. And with the unrest in the Middle East, I mean, they obviously could go higher. So fleets are trying to figure out how to mitigate that cost. In many fleets, fuel has become a greater expense than depreciation. And that has never been the case until really the past couple of years. And there just doesn't seem to be any end in sight in terms of rising fuel prices. So fleets need to figure out how to mitigate that or offset that fuel price. So what are we talking about? We're talking about alternative fuel vehicles. And there's a lot of those capabilities being developed. Now, I personally still think we're a few years away from really alternative fuel vehicles becoming mainstream. But more and more clients are really looking at that and talking about it. And more companies are developing different types of alternative fuel vehicles. You got propane, you have natural gas, you have hybrids, you have a lot of different capabilities being developed out there. And I think we're not that far away from a lot of those becoming mainstream as the infrastructure builds out as well to support them. Well, obviously, probably the number one thing they could do is look at the types of vehicles they're using and make sure that's the right vehicle they need for that fleet or for that purpose. And clients are getting better and better at that. In the past, they might have four-wheel drives where they don't need them. The other thing that clients are looking at is telematics. And we have tested telematics with many of our clients. Many clients have adopted the use of telematics. And what they're finding is telematics can help them dramatically reduce fuel costs. Let me give you an example. We tested telematics in a service fleet. And what they found was that the drivers of those vehicles were really leaving the vehicles running all day long while they were doing their service at the customer. And so they were burning fuel all day long to keep the air conditioning on when they got back in the car or the truck. So the use of telematics can tell you that pretty quickly. It also can help you reduce your accident rate. It also can increase the productivity of the driver. So it's a challenge within many client organizations because it changes dramatically maybe some of their internal policies and procedures around privacy and all that kind of thing associated with telematics. But I think that's kind of one of the next big frontiers as well. I think telematics is going to become mainstream in the future. The economic model you just can't ignore. It just has huge opportunities for fleets.